This week I thought I would do something different because we've been talking about the Holy Spirit. And 2 weeks ago, we learned that the Holy Spirit is like the breath of God. And the example was the air that we can put into a balloon and it brings it to life. And that's like a physical reality for that balloon. The air inflates the balloon and gives it shape and turns it really into what we can appreciate in a balloon, not just a, soft, flabby piece of rubber. And so the Holy Spirit comes into us and turns us into who we're meant to be. But that is more like a spiritual reality than a physical reality. We don't get inflated with air and puff up. But the Holy Spirit comes to us as the breath of God and helps us to be spiritually united with God and live as Christians. Last week we talked about the grace that we receive from God. And grace is a gift from God. And sometimes we don't recognize that gift. We first receive it at baptism. We get sanctifying grace, which removes original sin. We're officially a child of God. And then later at life, in sacramental moments, we receive additional graces from God. But we can receive graces from God anytime, any day. That's been referred to as the sacrament of the moment. If you stop and think about the blessings that we have each moment, you could say those are actually graces from God. And not just happy moments. Sometimes we fail. And the way that we're able to pick ourselves back up is because we receive grace from God. And it's actually through our failings that we become more Christ-like. But we also learned about the gifts of the Holy Spirit. So this grace enables us to use the gifts of the Holy Spirit. We've been given these gifts at birth, but over time as we mature, the gifts become activated. And then officially during our confirmation, we're sealed with the Holy Spirit, the gifts of the Holy Spirit. So we talked about what those gifts were and we made a video. And so what the gifts are is they help develop our conscience, they help us to know right from wrong, they help us to recognize God in our lives and how to handle certain situations that can be challenging for people. But if we're aware of those gifts, then we're better equipped to make decisions more like Christ. And that's the whole point, right? And then finally, this week, we'll be talking about Pentecost. And that's the official start of the church. And that's when the disciples received the Holy Spirit and the gift of tongues. And it's symbolized by flames on their head, if you've ever seen photos of Pentecost or illustrations. And so the Holy Spirit is the breath of life that animates us, that connects us with God spiritually. It enables us to receive graces from God and activates the gifts of the Holy Spirit. So that's really what our focus has been the past few weeks. And we hope to continue to build on to that in the future. So thanks for listening. Don't forget to answer the questions and click submit, and we'll see you Sunday.